Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about top 5 tax tips that everybody needs to know if you are self-employed. So if you're self-employed and you work for yourself, then you need to know these tax tips. Now, in my previous video, I talked about, legal tips for freelancers. In today's video, we're talking about tax tips for self-employed. So if you haven't watched that video, you want to go and watch that video. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, welcome to my channel. In this channel, we talk about everything legal. My name is Joy, and I'm a legal practitioner based in Nigeria, and I'm also a YouTuber. And on this channel, we talk about compliance, corporate law, and family law. So if you want to know anything about any of these topics, if you're a business owner in Nigeria or you're just a Nigerian and you want to know legal tips that are peculiar to Nigeria, then you want to stay on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please subscribe and put on your notification bell so each time I post a video you get notified. So let's get right to the video. Before we even talk about tax, right, and for self-employed, let us first know what somebody who is self-employed means. So what does it mean to be self-employed? Now, it means that you are working for yourself and earning income directly from your own business, right? You are a professional, or you offer a service, or you are somebody or you are into content creation, or you're a freelancer, but you are self-employed. You are not working under anybody. You don't earn a salary. You earn an income, or you earn profit, from your business, right? So if you're self-employed, that means, you are responsible for your own taxes because it is your own business, right? Your expenses, your work related benefits. It also means that, you have flexibility and control of your own time. Examples of people who are self-employed is people who own their own businesses, is, freelancers, is people who work remotely, or traders or artisans, these people who offer services like plumbers, electricians, or, and the likes. Those are people who we regard, as self-employed. You are self-employed. So the first thing you need to know about your taxes, if you are self-employed or a freelancer, two things are involved. It is either you are a registered business or you're just working on your own. If you are a registered business, you need to be registered with FIRS or IRS, as a business. But if you are self-employed, you also need to, report yourself to the FIRS. So that means that once you register your company, or as an individual personally, you would have, your own tax identification number. Mm? If you have your personal identification number, if you don't, if you are watching this video and you don't have your tin yet, you can do that. I'm going to put the link in the description of the website if you're in Nigeria, where you can register yourself to pay your own taxes. And then in the drop box, you're also going to see, different categories: self-employed. You're also going to see companies and all of that. So you're going to click on the self-employed to generate your own tin. It is that thing that you'll be using to pay your tax. Second tip for taxes for people who are self-employed is income sources. You need to know the income, or the sources of your income that are subject to tax. So because you are self-employed, you need to first identify which of my income is subject to tax. So the income that is subject to tax, first of all, is profit from your business or trade. So if you're a trader, you sell okrika, or you sell something, right? I don't know, you sell shoes or you sell slippers, those are things that are subject to tax. Fee earned from contracts or consulting. So if you're a consultant or you're a freelancer, any fee that you earn is also subject to tax. So also rent, royalties, or dividends received. You know that when you're collecting rent, is actually profit, it's actually an income. So yes, it is subject to tax. Then the last one is capital based gains on asset sales. That's if you you have a business, and you sell something on you sell a certain asset of the company, you will also get a profit. That means it is subject to taxes. So you want to really identify which of my profit or which of my income is actually subject to taxes. Now, the third tip you want to know is you need to obtain your tax identification number, and you need to register with the FIRS. on their self-service portal. Like I said previously, I'm going to put the link in the description box. Now, if you don't already have your tin, you want to register for your tin on their website. If you are a business, it's usually generated when you register the business. In some cases, recently we haven't been getting certificates, with the tin on it. That does not mean that you can't get your tin. You can always get your tin. If you can't do it by yourself, you can always get an auditor or an accountant, to help you do that. Let me know if I should do a separate video on how to generate tin on this your tin on this channel. Now, the fourth thing is, you need to know your income tax rates. How much are you supposed to be paying as tax? Now, the law says that, the new tax incentives that is coming into law in 2026 is saying if you're not earning up to 25 million or 50 million, as a business, you are tax exempt. But however, you have to pay, VAT, especially if you're offering a service. You're a trader, you are any, like I said, previously, if you are selling something, and you are gaining profit, you have to, pay your tax. So the law is that, your first 300,000, is 7%. So the higher the money, the higher the tax. As the money keeps increasing, the tax keeps growing. Let's say you get your first 300,000, the 7% of that 300,000 should be your tax. If your annual income is below or you can declare a loss, you must pay a minimum income tax of 1% of your total gross income. That is if you're not really earning anything and you are self-employed, and you are a business owner, and you have declared a loss. You understand? Then, however, your whole what you earn in a year, you will pay 1% of it. To speak to an accountant or an auditor. A lot of people take this for granted. They feel like, for me to be able to speak to a professional, I have to have certain money. I have to be making this amount of money. But the truth of the matter is there are certain people that should be indispensable, especially if you are running a business, which is, a lawyer, an accountant, or a certified, secretary. Those are the people who really help, your business stay compliant. You need to seek the services of an auditor. They will know the particular business that you're doing, how they can help you, arrange for your taxes, declare your profits. They also know the tax incentives, and they know, tax discount or how you should pay your taxes. I know I've watched a couple of videos, on YouTube where some people will say, okay, they made so much profit and they didn't have to pay any tax. It doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't have to pay tax at all. It just means that they know what to do to say, okay, government, this is what you said you were going to give us as tax incentive. You say you reduce, you say you remove. So those are certain things that you need to know, but you need the help, of an auditor and accountant. So if you don't file your taxes, or you file and you don't file it on time, you will have to pay penalties. And sometimes those penalties may not be beneficial to you. Before you know, the year will be running. Before you know, the tax or the penalties, are increasing. So you want to make sure that, you're filing your taxes properly and you have all the information in regards to your taxes. If you don't pay, you get penalty. If you don't pay, sometimes you will not even be considered for some government grants. Uh, sorry, you will not even be considered for some government grants or for some loans you're eligible for, or you're supposed to be beneficial to, just because you didn't pay your taxes or you didn't pay your taxes on time. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're a small business owner and you are self-employed, you need to have this information handy. I hope this video was helpful, guys. If it was, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel and put on your notification bell so each time I post a video you get notified. Thank you guys, until I see you guys in my next video.